Dutchsinse here. 3:25 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday, June 5th, 2013. And I've got you over here on my website, Dutchsinse.com. I put out a post earlier today about something that fairly interesting that happened yesterday out of Huntsville, Alabama. Now, right off the bat, AlabamaTruth.com is the person that started this dialogue. I want to thank them for putting this out. Yesterday afternoon, a radar pulse appeared relatively low to the ground, and it was seen on National Weather Service radar. Now, it wasn't the National Weather Service radar that was pulsing. It was some other signal that appeared on weather radar as a storm. Multiple people saw it. They reported it to meteorologists who said they were baffled and didn't know what it could be. Okay, here's the circular signature. Here's the intensity shown here in a decibel return. All right, and that's where I kind of came into this, saw this post, and decided to go look up what was actually at the epicenter of the pulse. So it brings you over to my site here, and let's just go through it. Here's the Google Earth shot of the area where the pulse happened, just north of the highway. And there's several interesting buildings that are here at the epicenter. You've got Raytheon, you've got Westar, you've got Decibel Research, which is a radar research company. You've also got the Defense Acquisition University, Northrop Grumman, and BAE Systems, the builder of HARP. Okay, literally, they built the transmitters that power HARP. Now, I put this all together in a post, and you can read about the different companies. So here's Decibel Research. They specialize in, this is from their website, advanced radar signal processing, advanced radar data processing, imaging and image interpretation. Here's their website. Here's a picture of it. They've got the SBX right on the front and center. SBX, Sea-Based X-Band Radar, which is rumored to be part of the HARP program. It's based out of Adak, Alaska, HARP and Gakona. Okay, you have to put two and two together with that they use this for missile defense tracking. Here's the SBX video. You guys can go ahead and watch that. I'll put a link down below for all of this. Also, BAE Systems. Now, if you look at the different things that BAE is involved in, such as HARP, and several other high-frequency transmission type projects, when you see that their building is near the epicenter along with a company that does specific decibel research, radar itself is measured in decibels of Z. That's where they get the name Decibel Research, most likely. Also there is Raytheon. Now, Raytheon has a missile factory, so I wouldn't think that Raytheon might be directly involved. However, their building is right there at the epicenter as well. Raytheon involved in the LAWS laser weapon system, and of course Northrop Grumman. And they have a specific spot on their site dedicated to directed energy. And you can just come down here, click on it. I provided all the links. So summed up, I put an explanation here. What we are seeing is a transmission of some sort coming from, most likely, Decibel Research. I can't pinpoint it down to which building, but one of those buildings there is emitting a pulse, which is then seen on weather radar. Now, how does that happen? It's an energy interference. Just the same thing that would happen if you have two people talking on the same radio frequency. They're going to interfere with each other. One, if they are more powerful than the other. The same thing can happen on radar with directed energy weapons with different types of radio frequency can show up on radar itself, on weather radar. And there's other examples where cell phone towers have shown up on weather radar. Out of Illinois, for instance, from the National Weather Service saying that the 4G cell phone tower was causing a beam to return on their radar. Okay, that's just one example of many. So, I hope this answers some questions. At least it gives us a spot to look at. Okay, you've got to go look up what's at the center of these pulses. Each time we see a pulse, you go look up the epicenter. Normally, the pulse is coming from a NEXRAD radar, for instance. But when you see a smaller pulse like this, a very intense pulse that returns as a storm, when no storm is actually present, that's what we've been calling ghost storm activity. It's a pulse that shows up as a storm, and there's nothing actually there. It's frequency induced only. Now, the result of that could be real storm activity within a few days. We'll have to watch and see. This is a much smaller pulse. It's not coming from the NEXRAD. It's coming from somewhere else. And so we don't know what the consequence of that pulsing is going to be, if anything. Much love, folks. Hang in there. Always remember to look up what's happening at these different locations. Don't just take the mainstream word for it. They're trying to say now it's fiberglass chaff, and they chaffed the entire area. Okay? There you have it. I mean, of course, they're going to come up with these different explanations that fly in the face of what we're actually seeing happen. All right? Chaff release? I don't think so.